situation here, and we are into the game. We are ready to go. It's Puppypaw on this southeastern side. And like I said, he's that Delhi Sultanate starting out on that mill, on that straggler like we normally see.
Exactly. And we've got RecoN in the top left corner. He's already on the wood, and he has his gold close. Where's his Uvu?
Uvu's a little bit west of the town center, yeah,
and
and pretty solid positioning. It's not quite close enough to his town center to like be protected by it, but it's also not far enough away to where like you're like, all right, well, my Uvu's gonna die if there's any pressure at all. Like you can react to it. You can have whatever you build, like your barracks that you might build if he's wanting a tower rush, will be essentially in town center range, and so is gonna feel safe and secure. But looks like he is just going out onto the gold earlier, so might just be looking for a quicker timing for his feudal age.
yeah, we saw that yesterday. Was it Puppy? I think it was Puppy. Was it a Puppy game?
Yes, I think so. And yeah,
he played the exact same style, though he had like the super spawn where the deer were right on top of the gold, so he had that crazy H-up timing with 238, I believe, where he started.
Yeah. Even still, normally, I think you'd see a few more civs on that food for RecoN instead of moving out to the gold earlier than he did. So it might be an early wheelbarrow as well, with a compounded early age up timing, but he might just, like you said, go for that quicker age up, go for the silver tree, immediately get two traders out. And we have seen how efficient just whether it's two, whether it's four traders can end up being.
Yeah, and since Puppy knows this matchup perfectly now, he knows what the Mongol trade can do. I'm curious to see if he's gonna respond with some Dark Age aggression, but right now it doesn't look like it.
No, it's hard to do that. I mean, you're building spears and they're so slow to run all the way across the map. I'd expect him to just do the typical Delhi. You can't change up too much, as like they have a game plan. They, secure up those sacred sites, but what you might see is a quicker stables play out of Puppy instead of maybe an earlier barracks or an early archery range. That way he can utilize some mobility and also slip out maybe an archer or a spearman, depending his choice, and wall off that neutral market's going to be the key.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you wanna try to contest them in the Dark Age, because the map is rather big, you probably have to spend a whole villager just to cross the map and wall in the neutral market, and that costs a ton of wood as well, and you might even be stopped.
And there we see it, 4 civs on the silver tree, 4 civs on the Dome of the Faith. So we are going to be hitting feudal age in just a little bit.
Dome for Puppypaw, so he is probably going to try to grab these sacred sites early with the home sacred site. That's very convenient for the Delhi. And Dome of the Faith sets you up nicely for a possible faster castle age than the Tower of Victory, which gives you a little bit of feudal staying power instead.
That is exactly correct. You don't have to utilize as much gold into that scholar production, because you always want to be producing scholars as the Delhi. It's not one of those things that you want to just go, all right, I'm fast castling and not making any more scholars at all. I think that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, and spending 3.5 villagers, or civs as we call them here, to gain those 150 gold every 30 seconds to queue up a new scholar, it's a tough order if you don't have sacred sites.
Exactly. Puppypaw has a scout trying to slow burn this Uvu. Might not seem like much now, but if he does end up getting pressure on that later, it could be, a little just bit of extra stone denial in the longer term. RecoN circling around with his con. He's going to get a little bit of, maybe annoyance on these bills, but can't quite yet shoot while he's running. And more importantly, he wants to see what feudal age landmark was dropped.
Yeah, and he's spotting that out right now. How's RecoN's base looking at home? He's still fine on the sheep. I was just curious to see, since his Khan was trading so many sheep. And Puppy is being a little, yeah. Say rude, annoying, smart. Let's go with smart.
As I mentioned, though, as he moves it just a half tile closer to the town center, it is protected on up, so Puppy cannot continue that annoyance. And RecoN opts for a spear right off the bat to push the scout away, which is not the typical Mongol choice with this trading feudal age kind of play that we've seen lately. Usually they'll go for archery ranges first. Puppypaw, I think, on the opposite side, dropping an archery range himself. And yeah, archery range and a barrack, so he's going to go with a little bit of an immobile army, but all of his army will be able to build walls, and walls are key against trade. Doesn't have to use his civs to build walls. That is one of the benefits of Delhi. They can use their infantry units to build up those walls.
Like that barracks, even I mean, it might have been a mistake, but it kind of screams to me that RecoN's trying to be a little bit on the defensive side, probably looking for a faster castle age up as well. And then it's might be a man-at-arms spam, but right now, like the spears can't really cross the map because there's already an archery range out. They're basically dead men walking if they go.
Yeah, RecoN's just praying that these traders just speed up as fast as they possibly can because those archers are streaming. They are on the way. Let's see if RecoN, yeah, there it is. I was going to say that first trade route is the most important one. That's why you see them double produce and then immediately move that silver tree all the way across. And as that first trade route comes in, it will give them enough for Castle Age just with that. You don't see them continuing to produce more and more and more and more traders immediately because those traders won't do anything if you can't protect it. So now they invest into the defense. You see RecoN having a lot more of military production as two civs are dropping a stables, and we're going to start to see some horsemen popping out as well. Add that mobility into play.
Yeah, and RecoN just basically squirted out 4 spearmen here to escort his first drop-off of the traders, which is oh so important. That's gonna boost him. If you take a look at RecoN's gold right now, it's at 205. How many does he have? Okay, he has 2. We can just see it here. He has 2 villagers still on the gold, but if you're gonna watch it right now, I guess it's gonna pop up to 4 digits in a moment.
Exactly, and I mean RecoN, he's about to be able to drop Castle Age in the next couple seconds. It feels like there it is, all 500. There's 600, we're 800. Just crazy how efficient those first drop-offs are, considering how much he actually invested into it. Puppypaw's taking this time to push up, wall off a sacred site. He can also wall off trade after that, as that wall does, extend that trade line a little bit, make it a little tougher to return down that way. And not only that, he is streaming units into the other side.
Yeah, RecoN dropped the second barracks right now, so we probably gonna see those men-at-arms as I talked about earlier. Because when you hit that castle age timing and your opponent is not castle themselves, like there's basically no counter for them. Problem is, this map's rather big, they have to cross, and also there's a Delhi army in your base.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people question, like, why does he drop Step for Doubt when he has trade coming in? It's because you need to secure gold in the long term. You don't know your trade's always going to be there, as we'll see Puppypaw walling in the silver tree in the north side. So one landmark is just about to be fully walled off and just won't even have to think about that anymore, as there will not be the silver tree ability to trade with. The Step for Doubt has finished, though. The silver tree has done its job. Those market civs will not be able to drop off at the silver tree, but doesn't matter if they go down anymore. And RecoN will start pumping out castle age units. We already see men-at-arms in play.
That's such a cute play from Puppy here. Like, if you're a RecoN here, you don't really expect them to wall your silver tree. You expect him to wall the neutral market. So yeah, he just didn't pay attention at that moment, and there you go.
Yeah, it's still causing a little bit of annoyance on that Step for Doubt. There's only a few spears there to protect it up for RecoN, and there's still a few archers for Puppypaw, so archers clear up those few spears, are able to start attacking some of those civs before the men-at-arms get there, but no civ kills yet in this game.
And
we see one civ go down. I jinxed it. Caster curse has happened.
Great. So we're gonna blame it all on you. You're sabotaging the world side.
Yeah,
Wow.
I may be. It might not, it might be on purpose.
Biased
Who knows?
caster.
No. House of Learning, though, is halfway up for Puppypaw. 12 civs on top of that. Going to be able to get free tech. So not looking to do that annoying keep drops on the sacred sites like you'll see with the compound of the defender. Still might plan on some keeps, but wants to get his what is it? The +3 damage. Yeah, honed blades, +3 damage to men at arms and lancers. So lancers and men at arms will be able to trade much better.
I mean, the other upgrades are also pretty nice, but yeah, really, if you're gonna go House of Learning, you're gonna do it for Home Blades.
RecoN moving forward with those men at arms, but won't be able to get into the eco like Puppy was doing. However, RecoN, it shows him having the eco lead, but you can't forget those traders. They don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, like RecoN's trade is completely dried up, and at the same time, Puppy's sitting there with triple sacred sites, just pulsing away that gold every minute.
And we also notice a few of those relics got picked up. Puppypaw is so good at this. He hits Castle Age, and it's immediately like you'll hear the little sound of relics being picked up, like in unison. It'll be like 3 relics immediately picked up, being brought on back. And I think that that might be how many he has already secured in. He was actually even grabbing a 4th. Oh no, that's RecoN grabbing the 4th relic away from Puppy. Lancers taking the fight in the middle, and that's a fight that Puppy likes to take his Lancers. Very, very tanky. He has just a few crossbows in the back line, and that will be enough to do that extra damage. And look at that micro, pulls back a low health Lancer, runs right over to a Scholar, and that Scholar says, all right, I got you, homie. Don't worry, I'll heal you right back up to full.
There was one Scholar in that fight, and it just completely changed everything. Like, there was no way RecoN could kill any unit here.
It's unreal right now. Puppypaw has just made this game look so easy against that Mongol trade that looked so scary with that first return. RecoN hit that nice castle timing, but Puppypaw just used his advantage, taking the map control, and now it is on RecoN to return fire.
Yeah, RecoN's also opting to go for Lancers in this case, which is probably the smartest idea he can do. He needs a mobile army to cause some havoc on the Delhi side, because right now Puppy has full map control, as you mentioned, and if he doesn't get a few raids in here, Puppy's just gonna sit on those sacred sites and with an untouched eco, just crawl into the Mongol base.
Yeah, the problem here that Mongols, I find them do a lot is they will get some successful raids. They might get 2 kills or 1 or 2 kills, but if those Lancer numbers start to drop and keeps dropping while Puppies keeps climbing, then that's all of a sudden where you'll look and Puppy's up at 30 military. It doesn't matter that he is down, what is that, 11 civs up top. He is up 23 military units, and those are not cheap military units either, as he has Lancers, he's got those Scholars out, and he has some nice crossbows just to kite down any armored unit.
Yeah, the Delhi army right now could just waltz into RecoN's base, and like there's 8 Scholars behind that. How do you stop this as the Mongols? You cannot at this point.
Yeah, then your Lancers then have to choose, hey, should I try to dive on these Scholars? If they do, well, then you lose all that damage and take a bunch of damage with your actual army. And if those Scholars die, then your army still loses. It becomes such a hard predicament because you need to just take efficient trades, and it's so hard to take those efficient trades.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind the civ count for RecoN is also inflated because those raiders are still hanging around, not doing anything at all.
Oh no, one of the civs that moves out to rebuild the Uvu gets taken down immediately. That means no stone coming in for RecoN, and RecoN's trying to burn down. How many civs? Oh, civs are being idled everywhere. There's 14 civs trying to burn down the wall around the silver tree. Civs running away from woodline at home. The 2 shamans that are on the outside getting taken down by the Lancers. And the Lancers, I mean, this is what just a few Lancers can do if they go unchecked in the economy. 12 idle civs, and there it is. RecoN, he throws in the towel. Puppypaw is able to take the dub.
You don't want to be a Mongol civ in here.
Thank God that one is over quicker, and it did not get to an extended game. But Great game by Puppypaw. He just showed, Deli, yeah, you might be able to trade a little bit, but if Deli gets